Hello everyone, today we will swap cases with this HP Pavilion and this retro PC case. The Pavilion's case is dirty, scratched, it's messed up. So let's start with the case swapping, shall we? Let's remove the side panel first. The motherboard is clean because I cleaned it before recording. It was miserable. I unplugged the hard drive and removed the bracket. Next, I unplugged the 24-pin and 4-pin connectors. Then, I unscrewed the power supply and removed it. After that, I unplugged the SATA cables and removed this cable because it's useless. I took the front panel out to make things easier. Then, I removed the dusty DVD drive. I also unscrewed the SIM card reader, took it out, and removed its cable. I unplugged the front panel I/O headers. Unscrewed the rear fan and took it out. I then carefully removed the graphics card, and it was time to take out the motherboard. The motherboard also had this metal bracket for the CPU cooler. Then I opened the upper part of the case to take the Wi-Fi cables out. After I unscrewed them, I realized they were trapped inside plastic holes. I borrowed this trusty tool from my cat, and it worked perfectly for this situation. The Wi-Fi cables are free. Now it's time to say goodbye to the Pavilion's case, and say hello to the new case. Now I'll take the old hardware out of the case. I took out the power supply, unplugged the IDE cable, took the old motherboard out. After that, I took the messed up floppy disk drive and the broken CD drive. The I/O shield goes in with no problems. And now it's time to make sure the screw holes and standoffs are lined up with the motherboard. Looks like we need standoffs here and here. Now let's put the standoffs and try to screw the motherboard in. It's a little bit difficult to screw the motherboard. Okay, I'll deal with it and come back, guys. Okay, that was pretty rough, but I handled it. The screws from the Pavilion were too big for the standoffs, so I used these smaller ones. But I also had to push the motherboard to be able to screw it in. Now, let's screw in the rest of the screws. Let's put the GPU now. I will also screw it in to make sure it's not going anywhere. The same goes for the Wi-Fi card. Now let's put in the front panel cables. I put the front USB and audio cables in their pins. We also have a speaker, but we already have one built in. We also got a hard drive LED, reset switch, and power LED. We have to put them in these pins here. Here's a close-up image for the pins and the layout. I also got this diagram for the pinout. Now let's put the power supply and screw it in. Plug in the 24-pin and 4-pin connectors. I'll also put the hard drive and screw it in and plug the SATA cables. Same goes for the DVD drive. Oh, it looks like the SATA cable is too short. Thankfully, I got this one, and it worked fine. I screwed in the back fan and plugged it in the motherboard. For the Wi-Fi cables, I just put one under the DVD drive and the other between the fan and the power supply. I'll try putting the SIM card reader in the same place the floppy disk drive was in, but it didn't go inside. I once again borrowed the trusty tool from my cat, made some modifications, and now it slips fully through. Unfortunately, there is nowhere to screw it into any part inside the case. I plugged its cable in, and there is also this cable from the SIM card reader. I searched every inch of the motherboard, and I didn't find any pins that match it. So, I'll just leave it inside the case. This turned out way better than I expected. I was expecting this to be way more difficult, but HP actually used standard components, unlike some other companies. Just going to cover the VGA and DVI ports on the motherboard. And the PC is finished. Let's see if I did everything correct or not. Let's hope it works. Thank God. I honestly didn't think that will work, but it works perfectly. We even have Windows 7 on the hard drive, but it has a user and a password, and I have to format it. We're just going to add some small details. We're going to remove the Pentium 4 sticker and replace it with the Core 2 quad sticker from the front panel on the HP Pavilion. And also, this will be a Windows Vista PC. I already have a beast of a Windows 7 PC. We're going to change a little, and we're going to install Windows Vista on it later. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the case swapping and transformation. Subscribe for more retro tech content. Have a great day.